The Rams, 10.5-point favorites on the road against the Panthers tomorrow. According to DraftKings Sportsbook, the Rams would be the first double-digit favorite in a playoff game since the 2023 Niners. They were able to pull it off. Should the Rams be on upset alert after they already lost to the Panthers in Carolina during the regular season? Mr. Former Panther?
Absolutely. I'm going to tell you why. So we just going to act like a couple weeks ago didn't happen? With the blazing hot Los Angeles Rams. They went into the Bank of America. They went into the bank, as we call it there in Charlotte. Beautiful people there. And they got money whopped, huh? The quote-unquote MVP didn't look so much like an MVP. So I'm starting to say, hold on now. Hold on. So you're telling me there's a chance. Is this the most dangerous team in the NFL? Yep, but that was the regular season. Now, Ryan Clark, insert playoff football, where anything, and I mean anything, can happen. That team shows up. When you tell a Rico to tell everybody to buckle up, when you tell a Chuba, when you tell a Bryce Young, a T-Mac, everybody has their job to do. And understanding that Matthew Stafford, bro, we don't really too much care. We understand, we respect Puka. We respect Matthew. We respect Devontae. But this the playoffs, brother. Anybody can get this belt. And trust me, you come around here playing, that belt will be unleashed.
I mean, I don't have that type of fervor.
Please. Please.
It'll be a please.
Listen, stuff happened in the regular season. Ain't no way in hell an upset alert. Please. The Rams should go up in there and kick their ass. It's just that simple, okay? You got Quentin Lake coming back. You got Devontae Adams expected to come back. You got Puka Nacua there. You got Matthew Stafford, who will be the league MVP. 4,700 yards passing, 46 touchdowns, just 8 interceptions. I don't want to hear that. The Carolina Panthers engaged in ball control. Congratulations to Bryce Young. He threw for 206 yards that game, okay? Completed 15 of 20 of his 20 pass attempts. We get it, right? They ran the football about 40 times. I got all of that. Please, okay? First of all, let me say this. I don't like the fact, and I don't know how y'all feel about it, I'm done with these division titles, okay? I'm done with these inferior teams having home field advantage in the first game of the playoffs. You the Rams, you win 12 games, you going up against Carolina who won 8 or 9 games, and oh my goodness, you got to go to Carolina. To me, the team with the best record in the regular season should have home field advantage. Period. That's how it should be. Just go to the top 7 seeds, okay? And then work it out that way. Having said all of that, I don't give a damn where this game is. The Rams better not lose to Carolina. Carolina is the inferior team. Congratulations on how they've been able to turn things around. But all they've done is become relevant. You know, nobody thinking about them winning no Super Bowl or anything like that with their mini-me quarterback. Bryce Young is a great talent. I like him a lot. I loved him at Alabama. But my God, how small he is. He is the equivalent of mini-me compared to these NFL monsters that he's on. I'm talking about size. I'm just talking about size, nothing more. Just talking about size. He's so small compared to the rest of these guys. I'm telling you right now, you got to hunt. Go after him. Make sure that you remind Carolina there's levels to this, and they ain't on it. And if the Rams fail to do so, this will be the biggest disappointment in the playoffs. This will eclipse Josh Allen and all of these other cats, losing potentially to a Jacksonville, or Pittsburgh losing to a Houston, or something like that, or Chicago losing to a Green Bay. This right here is the one game that has no business having any outcome but one, and that's the Rams advancing on. Ain't no way in hell Carolina's supposed to beat the Rams, and that's the way it is.
I think that's the way the Rams felt the first time that they went there. When you intercept Matthew Stafford twice,
that was the regular
turn one for a pick 6. Derek Brown, the comeback player of the year, forces a late fumble. And you could say Bryce is small. You could say he's mini-me. What he was on point in that game. What he was someone that could figure out how to beat Emmanuel Forbes with Coker, hit Tedderore McMillan over the middle on a deep pass. The Rams should be favored. The Rams are the better team. Puka, Devontae Adams, Blake Corum, Kyron Williams, and obviously Matthew Stafford, but they should definitely be on upset alert. The defense that we saw play against Atlanta, the defense that we saw play against Seattle late, the defense that we saw play against the Arizona Cardinals is the same defense that gave up the points to Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers early on in the season. They need to be ready. They need to be on their P's and Q's if they want to dominate.
Last time we saw the Carolina Panthers.
I'm not saying the brothers need to be asleep.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying the brothers need to be asleep, and in no way am I talking about Bryce Young's game, because that brother could ball. He showed it at Alabama. I'm just saying, boy, is he undersized. He's so small, and this is the playoffs. This ain't no damn regular season. Y'all know this better than me. It's a different level of intensity. I not only expect the Rams to win, I expect them to win convincingly.
Is this the first time we've ever heard somebody be called so small on First Take?
Probably not. My vote would be no. Last time the Panthers were in the postseason was 2017.
Isn't it true? Isn't it true, Ryan? Am I lying?
No. Let it go.
Have you seen him? Like, please.
I'm like, geez.
Please.
It's like I got to say something. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be in the bank, man. So
he's going to be there. Cam Newton's going to return.
Look, it's like you're talking about my partner, and I'm like, bro, I need my partner to show up and show out. You know, Stephen A. So just know, though.
It ain't going to happen that day.
Weather. Bring up the weather.
Monday morning.
Bring up the weather.
Yeah. It's raining. Mm-hmm. It's raining like you would be in this place on Monday night in Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be raining cats and dogs. So let me tell you something, brother. Anything can happen. Now you know.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
weather.
I didn't know it was supposed to be raining. I know it was supposed to be raining.
Yeah. Weather could definitely be a factor, especially for LA, traveling across country, just floating it out there. Coming up.
Starts this weekend, obviously. The individual player that, if they win it all, has the most to gain career-wise, historically, would be who?
I have two options here. And I completely agree with Dan. If Trevor Lawrence this weekend can beat Josh Allen and the Bills, we will view him differently heading into next season.
But it's also winning it all, if he wins it all.
Of course, but even just isolate it to this weekend. We have been waiting to see this version of Trevor Lawrence for years. And if you can beat the reigning MVP, and if he continued to play the way that he's played down the stretch in the regular season, we are going to talk about him in a different vein than we have been. But to me, the two guys that I'm looking at, both quarterbacks, that can change the narrative around them in a pretty significant way, Bryce Young. If the Panthers beat the Rams, because we're talking about is Bryce Young the guy in Carolina. There's questions about his future and if they should commit to him long term.
No, if they win the Super Bowl with Bryce Young, yes, I will say they should give him a contract.
I'm even talking about this weekend. That is a huge data point. Are you going all the way Super Bowl 100% every time?
Yeah.
Well, Bryce Young is huge. And there's one more to me that sticks out to everything. Sticks out above everything, I should say. Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams can beat the Packers at home in the first round of the playoffs and then goes on to win the Super Bowl in year one with Ben Johnson. Because think about it. Drake May, he could win the MVP. Jaden Daniels went to the Final Four last year. Caleb Williams has been third in that conversation in many ways. If he goes on and wins the Super Bowl, the debate is over.
God.
You do that in Chicago.
He's a god.
And you pull ahead with everyone else in your draft class. That's the ultimate checkpoint with him.
So
Checkmate.
this is what?
Checkmate, not checkpoint.
Well, both. This is not an easy one. The player or team that has the most to gain in the postseason, like if they were to win it all, I go back to a couple of things. Number one, I agree with Dan on Trevor Lawrence. If Trevor Lawrence makes a run to the Super Bowl, I think we are going to look at him and say he's right there below Mahomes, obviously. But is he creeping up on Allen and Jackson and Burrow and anybody else you put in there, right? That's how good he is. And if he makes a run, that's how good he's going to be looked at. But the person that I keep coming back to is Jalen Hurts. What if the Eagles win it all